All right. We are here with Antoni and Risker talking about extended user rights on different projects. And they hosted a lovely pre-conference event on the topic. So, Antoni, please introduce yourselves and take it away.
My name is Antoni Mtavangu. I'm the co-founder of Wikimania Community User Group Tanzania, but I'm one of the Swahili Wikipedia admins. Nice to be here, and I think this is a very great topic to talk about, and it's one of the very amazing topics that we're having here at Wikimania in Nairobi.
And I'm User Risker. I'm edited on English Wikipedia, where I'm an administrator, a check user, and an oversighter. Lots of hats. And one of the highlights of this day for me, this pre-conference for me, was learning how differently the extended rights are used on different projects, especially comparing large projects to small projects. On larger projects in particular, administrators will often specialize. They'll be the admins who handle arbitration enforcement, or they review unblock requests, or they block sock puppets, or they'll handle some of the special functions on the main page. Whereas on a small wiki, where there may only be 2 or 3 administrators, if there are any at all, they have to be a jack of all trades.
Yeah, I think Riska, that's very correct. That's the experience with the small wikis, because the way I try to, compare between the small wikis and the matured wikis like English Wikipedia and other projects, there is a huge difference. Yes, for big wikis, you can see that there is a lot of number of people with extended rights, and it's easier for them to even have specific roles. But for a small wiki admin, it's almost wearing a lot of hats. The same person has to see, clean up some, articles that are not following the criteria for Wikipedia, and the same admin also is responsible for welcoming a new contributor to that particular wiki. But also there are other challenges. For example, you might see an admin that volunteer too much. Apart from the time he or she uses to take a look at the wiki platforms, but also there is the aspect of using maybe his or her resources, for example, internet. So I feel like, there is a huge difference, and it's a good thing that we are talking about this thing. And it's so good to see that the foundation, the Wikimedia Foundation now is creating a space for us to talk about these challenges, and also more importantly, to see how can we empower these users with extended rights to be capable to do their job well.
Yes, that's a very important point. This is the first time that we have had a pre-conference like this, a whole day in a room. There were over 100 of us in the room who hold extended rights on projects ranging all the way from the largest Wikipedias to the smallest. I think there was some Wikisource and a Wiktionary administrators there as well. So a big range of people with lots of experience. And it was really nice to be able to just sort of talk about these extra expectations that sit on our shoulders, and to find camaraderie with each other, and to learn to understand each other a little bit better, because we have such different roles depending on what project we're working with. That's really something that doesn't really occur to people on the outside, and something to keep in mind, especially for English Wikipedia users who are used to administrators being the block, delete, protect people, and almost everything else can be distributed. There are an awful lot of projects where many of the tasks that are carried out by a community on English, German, French, the big projects are only being carried out by administrators on small projects. So we have to bear that in mind. They are not just doing the blocking and the deleting, they are also doing the new page patrol and the granting additional permissions and a lot of other work that is decentralized in big projects.
Perfect. Thank you. I think, Riska, this makes a lot of sense. And something to add is that for quite a long time, I feel like people with extended rights, they have this feeling that of not being seen and not being recognized on what they do. So I think a program like this, session like this, creating a space for them to be seen. For example, this is the first Wikimania that users with extended rights had their allocation to make sure they come here at the Wikimania 2025 in Nairobi. So I think this gives them encouragement, like, okay, so what I'm doing is really valuable and somebody else is seeing and valuing what I'm doing. So I think this has been a great experience. But also, as I reflect on this, I feel like this is a great avenue for users with extended rights to have a space also to learn from other, admins, other bureaucrats, and have more capacity to do better on what they are doing. Because for now, it's like we don't have a baseline system on how do we get administrators, for example. So sometimes each community has their own system. And at some point, you just find you are an admin, and you don't have like, okay, what are the resources that I have to access to be better person who can make sure these projects are better administered.
I think one of the handy and really useful parts of the session was talking about the different tools that the Wikimedia Foundation staff and also individual users have created to support the tasks that are being done by administrators. And I think we haven't advertised it amongst ourselves. And so we don't, somebody who hasn't had communication with, the, 50 admins on French Wikipedia who use this particular tool wouldn't know that tool is there and that they could have it translated for their project or into a language that those administrators understand so that they can make use of it too. And now we're starting to bridge that gap in this process.
Yeah, I want to supplement you, Riska, on this because awareness. It's like we didn't have that much awareness of the existence of resources and the different tools that these users with extended rights, they can customize and have them for their projects. And thanks to the initiative that recently we are seeing that every month, at least we have a space for admins to, meet and share some knowledge, create some awareness to other, new emerging admins to learn about this process. So it's such a joy to see that happening.
Is there visibility? Like how much awareness is there on some of the smaller projects about the potential flags that are available? Like we've developed all sorts of flags to try and federate the tasks that otherwise could be done by admins.
I think for small wikis, yes, there is a variance, what I can say, because even the small wikis, they have a difference in terms of the number of administrators that they have. Some maybe, as Riska said, maybe they have none at all.
There's just a lack of of time.
Yes. So, for example, in our Swahili Wikipedia,
No, there are 0 administrators
Like
on about
0
30% of
administrators.
our projects.
But so I was one of the first admins on Swahili Wikipedia,
oh,
as it happens,
that's nice to hear.
because there weren't any admins, and there were people editing, but there was uncertainty about what it means. There was activity,
Mhm.
but it's easy to know what it means to edit an article, and so it took. First, there was this moment of introducing, of like inviting and encouraging, and then maybe second to that was what are the criteria. And I think over time, as the criteria grow, then it's useful to know there are other flags.
Yeah.
And honestly, even on the large wikis, maybe we have a hard time figuring out how to maintain the same volume. Like say yes to the people who want to do something, and then figure out what the right thing is. But so right, on the 30% where there are no admins, how do you feel? Do you feel that they have people with the time and interest to work on that category of tasks?
I don't know the answer to that question. Obviously, I don't work on any of those projects myself. I have a concern that, some of those very, very small projects that have fewer than 10 active editors and fewer than 1,000 articles or fewer than 5,000 articles may have challenges that are beyond the scope of a user with extended rights to manage. And a lot of these are very small language groups or archaic language groups, and some indigenous language groups. So they have very particular challenges that having an administrator or a couple of administrators may not necessarily solve. Their issues are different even than the smaller but very active projects. We have a lot of small projects that have under 15,000 articles, but 60, 70, 80 editors, and starting to get additions and support from outside of the actual the core editing group, and those are the places where you're going to need administrators, particularly because they need to have the strength to be able to say, this is a cool idea, but what you've written about doesn't belong in Wikipedia. We don't need your opinion piece or your essay.
Someone needs it.
Somebody needs it. Maybe we can help you figure out where it needs to go. On a bigger project, a lot of that sort of interaction with new users and unregistered users is carried out by frontline editors, and that's something I'm hoping that we'll be able that as projects grow, they're able to do themselves, and not rely on the administrator. Sometimes it's just a question of starting to actively attract people within the broader language community. Say, oh, okay, so you don't want to write articles, but maybe you can help us with typos. Maybe you can help us with introducing things to new people or welcoming new people. Maybe you can help us with categories.
Yeah.
What we might call in English scut work. It's small but important tasks that create the infrastructure that supports the articles and everything else.
But those are things that don't require extended rights.
Those
Right.
don't require extended rights, and but you have to have a community of a certain size before you can start splitting off a lot of those tasks. And to be honest, you need to be having people who are coming in from outside. You need to be having those unregistered users or those new people who just, stumbled on your project to be able to do that. Because when it's just, like the 8 of you who got together over coffee in university, who are basically managing a project, that's a whole different ballgame. And you understand each other, and you can support each other as individuals. And one person gets the admin hat so that somebody can do the deletions.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you, Risk. I think this poses a very concern. I feel like the process of getting admins, based on the current trends, we see the decrease of the number of people with extended rights who participate on our wiki platforms and projects. So I think at this moment we need to make this thing intentional. And one of the methods would be preparing people, potential people who might want to become admins. For example, as Resta said, giving them like simple tasks that admin does, like adding categories, maybe welcoming newcomers to our contribution platform, like on our Wikipedia projects. That gives them the confidence, like, okay, seems like I can do this job, because that's the fear that other people they have. Like, okay, I want to help, but I don't feel I have I have enough knowledge needed for me to be an admin. They think like you becoming an admin, you need to know everything about Wikipedia. Yes, that's wrong conception, I think. But also, some of them they are not so aware that these projects are maintained by volunteers. Who is them actually? I met someone, for example, in one of the events, like said, you know what? Are you the Swahili admin? I thought actually the foundation was controlling the content that we are contributing to. So there are these people with this perception. They don't know that they can be part of this journey to be part of making their projects look better. That's what I think.
So during your workshop, that is a great point for a lot of communities. Did you have any global sysops or global rollbackers join the workshop?
I think there were 1 or 2 global sysops. And the majority of global sysops are also sysops on, administrators on 1 or more other projects. I think it's actually required.
We had one actually we had one from Ukraine, as I remember.
Yeah.
So we had one. Yeah. I'm not sure of the number. How many did we have? But at least I remember one there. Yeah.
So I feel that part of the question, getting to your point, that people making admin actions want to really know what the local community situation is. They want to understand the nuance of what's happening. Often it feels like projects that are small, so they might not have many active admins, don't always have an obvious liaison. And my impression is that global sysops don't necessarily know who to communicate with. Like they might see edits that look like spam that show up on the global watch list, and so they're responding to spam. But I wonder if you've seen if you got to the point of conversation, which is at what size of an activity does it make sense for people to say we want to handle all these tasks ourselves, or to say we just want to be able to more actively ping or communicate with a global, they're called global sysops, but often it's really language clusters, right? The people who will act on the wiki are only people who can read that script and know that language. Do you encounter groups of communities that are trying to answer these questions?
Well, I think for small communities, as far as I know, it's a no, because I feel like the small communities are trying to struggle with what they have already. What they have already is quite a big backlog. For example, you get you have 3 admins who are active, and maybe 3 to 4 campaigns are running, and a lot of inputs are being entered on that particular wiki. So that interest of becoming somebody to monitor even other projects become very hard because even you're struggling with this one that you have.
Yeah. Did you discuss bots with extended rights?
But maybe Riska would be.
I think that was one of the tools that was discussed in one of the side sessions.
Yeah.
In particular, bots that are blocking open proxies. We had one that was very active on English for quite a while. However, the Czech user who was in control of it has now stepped back. You know, people come and go in this movement, and you know, we have to respect that we all have lives outside, and that is actually one of the most important things that I think we had reinforced to us, was make sure that you have a life. You know, do not make this, you know, do not assume that
It's personal or something.
every, you know, the wiki is going to fall apart because you didn't, you know, contribute 20 hours a week or 40 hours a week. We all have to, you know, have our families, have our work, have our other things going on, and making sure that we have taken care of the necessities of our life before we worry about, you know, making sure that our projects are healthy. As individuals, we have to take care of ourselves first. Otherwise, we aren't going to be effective. And that was something that was discussed, is, you know, finding that work-life volunteer balance.
I agree with you, Riska. You know, I think as you do this job, around adminship or something, I mean, like any task that you do as a user with extended rights, there is this sense, if you do what you love, some kind of you fall in love with that, and at some point, it reach a point where you feel like it's personal now. You need like every time to be there. What's going on? What's going on? You know. So yeah, it's a great point that we need to find a balance point at some point that we have to balance our life too. Yeah. I think that's a very great point. Interesting.
Do you have any invitations for people who are watching who might be thinking about getting more involved or sharing their experiences with extended rights?
For users who hold extended rights across all projects, as we were preparing to come to this session in advance, the Media Foundation Discord server created a group for users with extended rights, which has already started to expand beyond just the attendees at this conference. And I think nobody will get mad at me if I extend an invitation to others. And I believe that, you know, several other language groups and projects where there's enough momentum have IRC channels or Discord groups
For language.
that it's language specific or more general for their own use. Go for it. You know, it's and there is on the IRC channels, there is a place for people to request oversight stewards, steward assistants, oversight assistants, check user assistants.
On the main channels.
On the main channels. And it's not language specific.
Yeah. I have a comment around that. For example, specifically for the small wikis, especially African wiki projects. So I feel like, yeah, we need to welcome some more people to learn and to be aware of this global trend around the need for people with extended rights. and also to join the existing platforms to learn more on the potential, resources and people that we can connect to. And specifically for Africa, what I can say, we'll be having Wiki in Durban in November, actually, in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. And it's something that we would like to continue these conversations around people with extended rights. So yeah, I've been talking to most of the people that are like, this have been very good here at Wikimania. So we'd like to continue this in different platforms, of course, including Wiki in Durban 2025.
Fantastic.
And I believe there'll also be something at the CEE conference.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'd like to see that.
You know, the regional conferences are really great places for not only talking amongst ourselves,
Yeah.
but also starting to identify potential candidates to join the team of users with extended rights.
I can see.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Thank you, SJ.
I only kept my admin flag until there were enough admins, and then everyone was like,
I'm so happy to hear that. I didn't know that. But
and of course, I was my Swahili is very bad, so I was a MediaWiki interface editor. I was like, if people need the interface to be fixed,
yes, I've been finding for someone. No, I'm so happy I met you today.
Yeah.
I really need to know that because sometimes you find like the interface. I mean the translations. Maybe you need to update something to improve something.
Right.
Then I don't know like who should I contact.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
In the past. Thank you. Here's a special. Is it good? Okay, great. Here is a special interlude. We have Sony, who gave the most popular, unpopular lightning talk yesterday, and is now giving it again to you for those who couldn't be there.
Hi, I'm Sony. I edit the English Wikipedia, and here is how I would change Wikimania. First, ban people. If you have attended Wikimania too many times, do you really need to be at your 7th Wikimania? Do you really need that scholarship to go to your 10th country? I think we should ban more people from Wikimania. Maybe we can have some number of scholarships for new people and maybe one or two for the old people. Second, I want everybody to talk. If you're at Wikimania, you have something to say. You have something to present. Maybe it's a poster, maybe it's a talk. But I think as part of the scholarship process, as part of registration for the assignment, we should have everybody talk. Now you would say, maybe that makes Wikimania a lot longer. How do we fix that? Let's have lightning talks. Every single session should be a lightning talk. Sure, maybe we can keep group discussions, maybe we can keep workshops, but if you cannot say something in 5 minutes, you probably need to shorten your talk. I think that if you put everything in lightning talks, it will have a great effect. You bundle 10 lightning talks at a time and you have 30 minutes or 1 hour sessions. That will make sure that if you want to attend your lightning talk, you are forced to go through 10 other lightning talks that you did not sign up for. That will make you attend more things that you did not know. That will have the lightning talks that you did attend. You will be having more interest in going to them. Third, I think we should have fewer tracks. 2 tracks are enough for a train. They're enough for Wikimania. We do not need 6 rooms or 7 rooms or 20 rooms where different sessions are happening. Just make it 2. Right now, people are spending more time running between sessions, getting their steps up rather than attending the sessions. Just have 2 tracks. There is no more FOMO. You just have either I go to this session, I go to that session, or I meet the people from the previous session and interact with them more. More interactivity, more good. Fourth, anonymous scholarships. We do not encourage scholarships that are like if you go for a scholarship, they ask you your username, your real name, your passport, your credit card number, your identification, your home address, everything. You don't need all of that. Have the scholarship team only get your username if you so choose to. When you come to the registration desk, have them give you an anonymous mask at this in there. We have very many anonymous contributors here in the movement who have done tremendous effort, tremendous work. Some of them are actually at Wikimania, but I think anonymous scholarships are not encouraged enough. I think they should be front and center of the movement. Finally, more band stars. Right now, we appreciate each other maybe once, which is the Wikimedian of the year. And let's be real, Jimmy tells us too many jokes. What we can do is take it to the smaller level, the band star level. When you register for Wikimania, have everybody get your badge and a sticker pack. Whenever you see somebody you appreciate, put a sticker on their badge. It'll make people feel better about themselves. It'll start a conversation, and you will have not one Wikimedian of the year, but 100 of them. Therefore, I am Sony, and this is how I would change Wikimania. Ban people, everybody talks, lightning talks only, reduce the number of tracks, anonymous scholarships, and more band stars. Thank you.
Thanks. Record.
Hello, everybody. I'm Kevin Piravi, aka Super Hamster, and I'll be sharing some wiki games with you all. This is a continuation of the workshop we had earlier, where we kind of had a history of gaming, especially in the wiki movement, and had a little workshop. If you were in that session, a lot of this will be similar, which should be fun. And if you weren't in that workshop, this should be hopefully mostly new to you. If you're currently watching remotely, if you could post in the chat, just so I know you're there. I'd love for these games to be interactive. We can play some games together. So please post a little hello in the chat if you're there. And then otherwise, let's dive in. Let's see, I'm gonna jump through these slides. One of the most classic games that's been around since the early 2000s, pretty much as soon as Wikipedia launched, is Wiki Racing. It's notable enough that there is an actual article on Wiki Racing, and the whole concept is moving from one wiki article to another. So it might be who can get from the article on trees to Nairobi the fastest. It could be either by time or the number of clicks. This can be played in person between two people. There's websites set up that kind of facilitate this online. And what's actually kind of fun is Slate wrote an article on Wiki Racing back in 2023, and that's when we had a Wiki Racing tournament in Singapore, of which I happened to be the winner. You can see myself there winning a trophy. So that was fun. Unfortunately, I don't think we've had any more Wiki Racing tournaments since then, but that will be fun to bring back to Wikimania or online. Let me check the chat real quick in case there's any comments. Not seeing any. Another fun game that I really like is Wiki Trivia. This is a game powered by Wikidata, where you have to take these random items, random events, and place them in a timeline by whichever one came first. So, for example, we have Beppe Grillo, Italian comedian. I assume he was born in 1948. Now we have to see where Princess Mary Adelaide of Cambridge would go, which I assume was before 1948. So we can drag that there. Then there's Avedis Zildjian Company. I think they make the symbols, maybe? When were they founded? When were they created? If anyone in the chat has any ideas, otherwise I'm going to go ahead and guess myself. Actually, I have no idea about this one. I'm guessing somewhere between the 18 and 1900s. No, much older than I thought it would be. 1623. Then we have the Byzantine Empire, which I think is quite old. Yep, 395. And then the COVID-19 pandemic, I think we can all guess when that happened. It's kind of funny because it's COVID-19, but we do mark it as 2019. But most of us, I think, experienced it in 2020. And then Vincent of Saragossa, saint and martyr. Must be old. I'm not sure how old. Do you have any guesses, Romeo?
1970.
1900s.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go for it. Oopsies, wrong place. 300, way back at the beginning.
Yo!
And then I actually have never heard of this. The Novgorod Republic, a former country that seems to be very north in northern Russia. I actually have never heard of this in my life.
That should be 17.
17s. Let's give that a try. 11. 3 wrong guesses, so we lost. We got a streak of 3. So that's a very fun, simple game powered by Wikidata that I really like. What's another good game? Redactyl. This is a really fun game where you get, I think every day there's another article featured, and they basically blank out most major words. And then you have to kind of enter words, guesses to what's in the article, to guess what the article title is. So, sometimes it's easy to use some broad words at the beginning. So you can say country, 8 instances of country. You can maybe try presidents, 38 instances of president. So this seems to have been an article of someone who was president at some point. Maybe we can try guessing continents. Try America, Africa, Asia. So America had a few instances. Conflict, perhaps? War? Battle? So it seems to have been a president who there was some war that they were perhaps involved with. Spelled battle there. Conflict, something to do with America. I probably won't go through this whole thing, but this is quite a fun game that you can play on your own time. That's available at redactyl.net. Are we good too? Here's a fun game that I actually developed earlier this year. It's called Wiki Asteroids. It's inspired by the old Atari Asteroids game, which I'll pull the Wikipedia article for. This Atari Asteroids was originally released in 1979 as an arcade cabinet, and the premise was you're flying a little spaceship on a 2D plane, hitting asteroids. And basically the premise was, let's do that, but power it by Wikipedia. So in this game, as people are making edits to Wikipedia, asteroids spawn. The size of the asteroid is based on how big of an edit it was. If a new user joins Wikipedia, a power-up spawns. So I just picked up a triple shot power-up. The blue asteroids means that someone added content, and red means someone removed content. If I'm not on full screen mode, you actually get a little sidebar as you're shooting asteroids. Their names and descriptions pop up on the right. And this game is multilingual. So if you go to the bottom, you can toggle German, Spanish, French, etc. Looks like more users joined. I got a slow motion power up and a triple shot. And there's a shield from another joined user. Yep, and another shield. Oh, so many power-ups. Many people joining Wikipedia right now. And the power-up that just spawned, the little heart, is a new article. So someone just created an article on Francois. And it's kind of a fun game to just see how frequent Wikipedia is being changed every minute, every second. And kind of getting overwhelmed by how much content is constantly being changed on Wikipedia. This game can be accessed at asteroids.wiki. That's the domain name. So also another game I encourage you to play as the person who made it. Wiki Asteroids, asteroids.wiki. Let me check on the chat just in case there's any comments. Cool. Another fun game, catfishing. I believe catfishing is one of the earliest developed games. There was an original version, and then it went down, and then a new version was created. I think this is also one of those games that has a different version. One categories for the article, and you have to guess the subject. So this subject was a character in a Spanish novel, something to do with California, fictional character, female warrior, queen from Latin American folklore, and a personification of country subdivisions. So that's something to do with California, something to do with subdivisions. I'm guessing maybe a city or county in California that shares a name with a Latin American character, which I personally have zero idea what this might be. But if anyone in the chat has any ideas, let me know. I'll leave this game up. Another fun game I like is Face Guesser. This is another game where they feature a different celebrity every day. And the photo is pulled typically from Wikimedia Commons or Wikipedia. So you can see, looking back, you can see yesterday's was Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I was yesterday's featured celebrity or person. And what's kind of fun is you can see the most common guesses that people make. So as you're guessing, the picture becomes less pixelated. So yesterday, 4% of people guessed correctly on the first guess. Some people thought it was Olivia Rodrigo. Some people thought it was Kamala Harris. Moving down, you have Sadie Sink. You have Shirley Temple. But let's go back up to today, who this might be. And we don't have many pixels to work off of, so let's see. If you squint sometimes, kind of gives me. I mean, I'm American. It kind of feels like a portrait I've seen of Nixon, President Nixon. So let's go ahead and guess that. Richard Nixon. Oh my God, it was. I swear I did not play this game before. I just remember seeing a portrait kind of looking like the same shades of color. So yeah, that's Richard Nixon. And then if you come back tomorrow, you can see how many people guessed it correctly on the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth guess. I've actually never guessed right on the first time, so that was exciting. Usually things go wrong during a live demo, but I guess it went right today. What's another game? So Asmath, who's also here at the conference, she runs a site called Factor Day, where she has a bunch of different games also powered by Wikipedia. And let's see what some fun ones are. WikiLinks is one that I like. You have to guess which article is longer. So is the article on Robert Flanagan, that's actually a disambiguation page. So this is one of those pages that kind of lists topics that share the same name. Or do we think that Ben2, a protein, is longer? Disambiguation pages are usually short, but I'm also not sure if a protein is going to have a lot on it. I'm going to put you on the spot, Romeo. Do you have any ideas?
I think protein
Will be longer?
because I feel like this is a biography of a person. That one's entire science stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like the science stuff we have a lot.
Yeah, no, I agree. Let's go for protein. Yeah, 23,000 characters versus just 600.
I'm right.
You are right.
Yes.
We're actually doing better, I think, than the demo we did in the other session because they kept getting it wrong. So.
Yes.
Let's see. DYMI, a FM station. So that's a radio station. And then Rockshire, small community in Maryland.
I will go with Rockshire.
You think the city's going to be longer than a radio station?
Yes.
Oopsies. I clicked on the article. That's cheating. Ooh. Game over. Romeo. Let's do it again.
This is beautiful.
Bernard Gomeau, Indian politician, or the Gilmer and Pittsburgh Railroad, now defunct American Railroad.
Who had more controversy?
Tricky.
The person with the most controversy should have a longer article.
That's true. The defunct railroad, I mean, it could have a lot of history. It could be very short. I don't know.
Let's see.
Prime Minister is pretty big, though. That's pretty.
It's a big thing. I think I go with Bernard.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I want to see how short this article is.
Like how?
Prime Minister was such a short article.
Yeah, that's not.
If anyone watching is a Wikipedia editor, this might be an article to go expand.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, well, they were only in office for 2
he's
years.
a politician.
Yeah.
Not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Not surprised.
Yes.
Also, independence, 2 years.
I thought this was like oh yeah.
Yeah, and then here's the
This
railroad.
thing is beautiful.
I mean, Wikipedia is full of train nerds.
Mhm.
They love writing about trains, so I'm actually not too surprised that there's so much.
Let's try another one.
history.
Let's try before you go to the next game.
Yeah.
Let's try. Let's play it again.
This is a good one. Alexander Shubin, Russian former competitive figure skater, or another sports person, Kevin Nugent, an English football manager and player.
This is an. Oh yeah.
Football manager and player, so they have quite a bit of history, I think.
Yeah. Kevin. You go to Kevin Nugget.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Over double the size.
I'll double the size.
Okay, here we go.
This is a nice one.
Let's go back because Factor Day has many games like this, and they're all fun. Let's see. Oh, Wikifamous is good. This is page views.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do we think has the most page views? Scott Lash, professor of sociology, or Anita Agnihotori, I butchered
Anita.
that. Indian Bengali writer and poet.
I think I need to.
Anita? Why do you think that?
All right. So the Indian population is really big.
That's true.
And they're huge consumers of this content. So I have a belief they should have viewed this more than the
Yeah.
Scott Lash
I like that line of
That's
thinking.
like my idea.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I like that line of thinking. It's not just the subject, but our readership.
Yes.
Who has, yeah.
Yes.
Let's go for that. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Beautiful. 548 versus 373.
Yes.
Next round. Let's see how long we can go for. Jet Li, Rise to Honor, action adventure video game. Never played that.
Yeah.
Keith Bannister, an English professional footballer. They died in 2016. Tricky.
I'm sure it's Kate Bannister.
You think the football player?
Yeah, I'm sure they probably might be popular, but it's Rise to Honor. I'm sure it's a movie, right?
It's a game.
It's a game.
No, it's a video game. With the rise of video game consumption now, I have a belief a lot of people will go and consume the video game.
It's such an old game.
But also, the fact that Kate Bannister died in 2016,
Yeah. I don't know.
that is also, if Kate Bannister didn't die,
Yeah,
then there are chances that this has less views.
yeah.
But because she died, it could have more views.
I wonder. I don't actually know how long they're looking at for page views. Is it the last month, the last view? The last one
Yeah.
was 500, so I feel like it must be like the last month or so. Which I'm guessing.
If you like last month, or if it's recently, then I think Jet Li,
Okay.
because people are consuming more game content.
Yeah. Have you heard of Jet Li? I haven't heard of Jet Li.
Jet Li? I know Jet Li.
You know Jet Li?
Jet Li is a big thing in Africa.
Oh, really?
He's this big Chinese actor.
Uh-huh.
I thought you knew Jet Li.
I don't know.
Okay, so
Yeah,
as for the game, we don't know about the game.
Yeah, we don't know the game, but we know the
Oh,
actor.
it's based on the characters.
Yes,
I
the
see.
characters.
So
Jet Li is very popular.
Let's guess Jet Li.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Well done by a lot. 2,700 versus 53. And I want to go learn about Jet Li, Rise to Honor.
Yeah.
Oh, I see martial arts. Nice.
I think right now Jet Li, his successor is what's his name? Donnie Yen.
Oh, Donnie Yen.
Yeah, Donnie Yen is my successor because Chan is off the scene now.
Yeah.
We have right now the only successor.
Oh, this is beautiful.
It's tricky.
Next, yeah.
Saik, a
Saik.
town in Oman, or the specific stage of the Biathlon World Cup, which I feel like they got a lot of views when the cup was happening, but maybe not now. 7th event of the season.
Town.
Neither of them I feel like will have too many views, but Saik is big enough to have its own
If
airport.
they're gonna have views, then I think really no. No, it's not the World Cup.
It's stage 7.
It's stage 7 of the World Cup.
Stage 7 of the World Cup. Okay.
But still, it doesn't stop the fact that people can come searching for the World Cup
Yeah,
and they will click on the.
there's a lot of sports fans
Yeah,
out there.
regardless of it being stage 7 or not. So, I don't know. Saik region. I feel like geographical areas always have a lot of views, regardless.
Yeah,
People are searching for places every time.
I like reading about random towns.
Yeah, people just like reading about places. But this specific stage 7, I'm not sure.
I'll leave it to you to guess.
What do you think?
Putting you on the spot again, just
Just what do you think? You go with Saik?
I'm telling you, it's between the two.
you can flip a coin.
Then stage 7.
You're gonna stage 7.
Stage 7? Let's do it. 25 versus 287.
Geographical places always have more views.
It's pretty tight though. Like neither of them
It's
get too
pretty
many
tight,
views.
I kind of feel Saik. Yeah.
1978 earthquake versus Steven Streich, a German ultra endurance bicycle racer who won in 2015 a Trans-Africa bicycle race. That's cool.
Oh my god, this is getting hard. But I would go for the earthquake. Looks like a global happening. In 1978.
Yeah. I wish I knew how big of an earthquake, right? We want that number, the scale.
The magnitude wasn't understood. Stephen Strange in German. Now the problem is This thing is strange. It's written in English. If it was in German, the local, the dialect of German, and also would have more views.
That's a good
It's just in
observation.
English.
Yeah. So what do we think? Earthquake?
I think,
Let's see. Yeah. Let's see how big this earthquake was. Oh yeah. 7.7, 7.4.
yes.
Pretty big earthquake. Should we check out some of the other games on Factor Day?
Yes.
Let's see. Trendo, Kiwa, popularity. Movie ratings. That sounds. Oh, that should be fun.
We are becoming important to market.
Are any of you film buffs? Very into film, cinemaphiles.
So we had
Pierna Srienta or Last Wilderness. Well, I've never heard of the first one because I don't speak. What is that? Italian?
Yamana Falda or something. I will go with the Last Wilderness.
Well, actually, this isn't popularity though. This is about ratings.
Already?
Yeah. So which one had better ratings?
I don't know which language that is. If I say Italian, I probably would think it would do better. Italian movies.
Yeah, they're serious about film.
Rating, yes.
Yeah.
They're really serious about film.
Yeah.
Their rating is really higher. So
Let's go with that. 5.2 versus 4.4. Well
so
done.
it's right.
Yeah, it's right.
Exactly.
Let's see what's next.
Anglais Hikes. El Cavalier Demise of Rogue. This The Martian Rogue sounds like a blockbuster.
Just the name
Yeah,
gives you blockbuster
because, like,
vibes.
Martian and Rogue. You know?
I like that.
So
Yeah, let's do it.
blockbuster.
Oh,
Huh?
6.5 versus 5.5. Oh, this is out of 10. Ooh, interesting.
Okay. This is interesting. I love this.
Why you so happy?
We're having fun. We're playing games.
We're playing games
Yeah.
and we are live. Yes. Now
Oh,
there are a lot of games. At the moment, we are in movies. So looking at these two movies, which one do you think had a higher rating?
La Novicia Rebelde or Western Frontier?
Yeah, a higher rating. La Novicia and Western Frontier.
I don't know about it.
Sounds
Yes, and that's the beauty of it.
Okay.
You don't know anything.
I never watched it.
Yes.
I've never heard of it.
So
Oh, close.
La Novicia.
Oh.
7 to 6.4.
Uh-huh.
La Novicia sounded fancy.
It does
I
sound
would give
fancy.
it to that.
Is it part of Wikimania?
Yes. This is wiki games. So all these games are based on Wikipedia articles.
This is coming from Wikipedia, Wikidata.
Yes. All Wikipedia data. So these are literally articles.
Did people know about it?
Yes.
Well, we're showing them the games.
Right now, they're showing it's live.
We're teaching them about the games.
That's the beauty of it.
Bullet Face or Velvet Goldmine. Bullet Face sounds like a fun movie, right?
Yeah, it was a fun movie. But the problem is fun movies don't get enough ratings.
That's true. And also, like, the public might like a fun movie, but the critics
Exactly.
don't like them.
So more especially like Velvet Goldmines, probably there's like a bizarre story and you may find it may get more rating than a Bullet Face.
Yeah. The
Bullet
plot.
Face sounds comedy.
Yeah, Velvet Goldmine, that's like, there's plot.
Yeah, there's a plot twist, there's whatever to it. Let's give it to it. Let's try it.
It worked. 6.9 to 3.2.
Exactly.
Drama versus a thriller. I like this. Yeah, we know nothing about these films. Le Benevole or Arcana? Is that French? That French? Italian? I'm bad with my robots.
That's a novella. It sounds like a title of some movie they just put a lot of money and it didn't succeed.
Benevolence, kindness, Arcana.
Arcana.
That's a rich name.
Yeah.
We're really grasping at straws here. We don't know what we're talking about.
Arcana.
Let's do that. Yeah! Documentary versus comedy.
We're winning. Yeah.
So let's keep going until we lose again. Child's play or plaguers? Child's play, you think? What's your logic behind that? You were very quick.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's this horror movie that we had Chucky. Yeah.
So do you know any of these movies? Because we don't know any of them.
I don't really watch movies, so I'm going in blind.
It's gonna be 50. It's gonna be 50-50. But I'm just saying chance.
50-50 is good enough for me.
Because I don't, so many people don't like horror movies that much. And Charles plays like a horror movie. I don't know whether maybe probably have been
I have a
other.
feeling Plagues may be actually a horror movie.
Yeah, like a plague. It's scary.
Plagues.
A plaguer.
Child's Play sounds like a documentary.
Could be anything, really.
It's gonna be possible.
Think.
So what we could-
I'm gonna guess plaguers. I'm gonna break the tie. No, you were right. We should have listened to you. It was a comedy, and yes, Plaguers was a horror movie and sci-fi.
Yeah, see, Plagues is a horror movie. Yeah, so I'm right. This is beautiful. Oh my god, what is this site called?
This is factorday.com. It was created by Asmoth. Great wiki person. She is here at Wikimania.
No, you can actually do an entire community meeting where just you're playing games.
Ooh. Cities. You have to guess metrics about cities, like a distance from Paris to France. London. Paris and London. And I'm from the US, so I use miles. I'm not good at kilometers. So you'll have to help me here.
I'm sure it's hard.
No, you have to say the distance between them.
Not to estimate
Distance.
They are very close.
in 1,000 in kilometers. What do we say? 1,000?
I don't think it's that high. Is it that high? It's like an hour flight, maybe less.
It's an hour flight.
Hour to 2? Yeah. 1,000 kilometers.
Maybe.
344.
Yo, it's so small.
Yeah. Just hop around across the channel.
That's so small. I didn't know. Yeah, that's
Tokyo to Paris. That's big. What, 8,000 miles? 7,000 miles? 8,000 kilometers?
No, 8,000.
Does that
That's
mean-
about
what is it?
5.
5,000? In the middle, 6,500?
Yes.
9,700.
Yo.
Oh, we get points for these for how close we are, I guess.
Okay.
What is weather? Is there weather guessing? Oh, interesting. So today specifically was Sydney or Paris? Or was Paris higher or lower in temperature than Sydney yesterday?
Paris is higher.
Because it's winter down there, right? In Australia.
Paris should be higher.
The same. Wait, what?
How?
If it's the same, do we guess higher or lower? I have to send this actually. I'm making a screenshot. I'm going to send this
Yeah,
to
like-
Asmoth.
Why? Come on, why?
I think we should
It's
get
not
that.
supposed to be the same.
Yeah. We'll talk with that and see what we can improve this game.
Paris and Tokyo.
Tokyo should be
Tokyo
hotter.
is-
It's hot in Japan in August. I was there in Japan a few years ago in August. It was miserable. Very hot.
So higher.
Yeah. Very humid too.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Party and what's happening?
Paris, Tokyo, Paris, Tokyo. Was that like historical? Wait, 29 degrees Celsius. Isn't that very hot?
Yeah.
I'm American stuff too. 29 C to F.
No, not very.
Oh, okay, 84.
It's not very.
I'm confused now.
Okay.
I think we broke the game. Because now it just says the same
Yeah, it just
cities.
says.
I will share this feedback to fix it. I think I do have to leave now.
Okay.
Technically, I was supposed to end at 4:15, but we had so much fun playing this game. So thank you so much for having me. Just to go back through, factorday.com was this game, faceguesser.com for the face guessing game, catfishing.net for the category guessing game, asteroids.wiki for the Atari Asteroids game, and then redactyl.net. So thanks so much for having me.